Time.
It is the silent architect of our lives, the unseen hand that shapes our days, our decisions, and our destinies. It governs when we rise and when we rest, when we begin and when we end, when we speak and when we remain silent. And yet, for all its power, for all its relentless march forward, time remains a mystery to so many of us, a puzzle we struggle to solve, a force we often battle instead of harness. But what if I told you that time is not your enemy? What if I told you that there is a science, a hidden rhythm, a natural cadence that dictates the peaks and valleys of our energy, our creativity, our performance? That there are perfect moments, strategic moments, scientifically proven golden moments, where the right decision at the right time can change the course of your life. You see, success is not merely about talent. It is not merely about effort or discipline or desire. No, my friends, success is often about when. When to start, when to stop, when to push forward, when to wait. And that is why you are here. Because within the pages of When, the scientific secrets of perfect timing, Daniel H. Pink does not simply tell you to work harder, to try more, to push forward blindly. No, he pulls back the curtain on time itself, revealing its patterns, its pulses, its secrets. He shows us how to align our actions with the natural rhythms of our bodies, our minds, and our environments. He offers a new way to think about time, not as something to fight against, but as something to master. So ask yourself, how many moments have you wasted, not because you lacked ability, but because you moved at the wrong time? How many opportunities have slipped through your fingers because you were too early or too late? No longer. The knowledge you are about to receive is power. The insights you are about to gain will sharpen your instincts, transform your decision-making, and give you an edge most will never have. Because in this life, it is not just what you do that matters. It is when you do it. And now, the time has come. Are you ready? Part 1 Summary: The Hidden Patterns of Time. Introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, seekers of wisdom, architects of your own destiny, lend me your ears. Because what I am about to reveal is not just knowledge. It is power. Not just theory, but science-backed strategy. Not just information, but a roadmap to mastery over time itself. We have been told that success depends on what we do. We have been taught that achievement hinges on how we do it. We have been conditioned to believe that progress is about hard work, persistence, and grit. But what if I told you that the missing piece, the secret weapon of high achievers, innovators, and elite performers, is not just about what you do, but when you do it? Yes, my friends, timing is everything. And in this revolutionary journey through Part 1, Daniel H. Pink unveils the scientific patterns that shape our days, dictate our moods, and determine our success. Buckle up. Stay with me. Because once you understand these principles, you will never look at time the same way again. Chapter 1. The Hidden Daily Patterns That Control Us. Picture this. You wake up in the morning, energized, ready to take on the world. Your mind is sharp, your focus is strong, and your ability to solve problems is at its peak. Now fast forward to the afternoon. Suddenly, the mental fog sets in. Your energy dips. Your motivation wanes. Simple decisions feel overwhelming. What happened? Science tells us that our bodies and minds run on biological clocks. We rise and fall in predictable cycles, governed by something called the chronotype. And whether you know it or not, this rhythm dictates your performance, your mood, and even your ability to make life-changing decisions. Daniel Pink reveals 3 key stages in every person's day. 1. The peak. This is your golden hour. Your sharpest, most focused, most analytical time. It happens early for morning people, later for night owls. This is when you should tackle your hardest, most important work. 2. The trough. Beware. This is your mental slump, your danger zone, your midday crash. Mistakes multiply, productivity drops, and decision-making weakens. This is not the time for deep work. It's time for rest, routine tasks, or a well-planned break. 3. The rebound. As the day progresses, we experience a second wind. But here's the catch. This isn't the same as the peak. It's better for creativity, brainstorming, and intuitive thinking. Once you know your own chronotype, you can structure your day to maximize performance and avoid wasting your best energy on the wrong tasks. Chapter 2. The Science of Beginnings: How to Start Strong. A weak start can ruin an entire journey. A great start? It can set the stage for unstoppable success. And Daniel Pink's research proves it. Beginnings matter more than we think. Your first hour shapes your entire day. Studies show that how you spend your first hour dramatically impacts your focus, mood, and performance. Those who start with a clear plan, a meaningful task, or a positive ritual outperform those who dive into distractions. The fresh start effect. There are powerful temporal landmarks in our lives. New Year's Day, birthdays, the first day of the month. These moments create psychological openings that boost motivation and help us commit to change. Why your first impressions stick. Whether it's a job interview, a first meeting, or the first 5 minutes of a speech, take note. The way we begin shapes how others see us and how we see ourselves. Master the start, and you set the tone for everything that follows. Chapter 3. The Slump: How to Overcome the Midday Crash. The clock strikes 2 p.m. Your head gets heavy. Your thoughts slow down. Your motivation evaporates. We all feel it. And science tells us why. It's called the afternoon trough, and it's a biological reality. In this slump, we make terrible decisions. Doctors prescribe unnecessary drugs, judges hand out harsher sentences, and workers make their biggest mistakes. But here's the good news. You can fight back. The perfect break formula. Research shows that the best breaks are short, 10 to 15 minutes, social, with others, and outside. Nature restores focus.
Up.
Even better, the power of microbursts, tiny bursts of activity, stretching, walking, deep breathing, can recharge your brain and prevent the downward spiral. How to use midpoints as a wake-up call. Whether it's the middle of the day, the middle of a project, or the middle of your life, Pink explains how midpoints can either drain us or motivate us to push harder. The afternoon is not a lost cause. It just requires a new strategy. Chapter 4. The Art of Ending: How to Finish Strong. If beginnings are important, endings are everything. Think back to a time you left a movie theater, finished a book, or walked away from a conversation. What do you remember most? The way it ended. Psychologists call this the peak end rule. We don't remember experiences based on their average moments. We remember the emotional high point and how it finished. And if we can control the ending, we can change how we and others feel about almost anything. The last impression is the lasting impression. Whether it's a speech, a project, or a customer experience, the final moments define the memory. The science of lasts. When we realize something is ending, whether it's a job, a vacation, or even a stage of life, we experience it more intensely and meaningfully. Pink shows how we can use this to our advantage. Why saying goodbye can transform relationships. Studies show that ending on a positive note strengthens personal and professional relationships, making people more likely to remember the experience fondly. So don't just start strong. Finish stronger. The power of knowing when. My friends, we now hold a new kind of power. Not the power of working harder. Not the power of doing more. Not the power of pushing through exhaustion. But the power of timing. With this knowledge, you can align your schedule with your peak performance hours. Master the art of starting and finishing strong. Turn midpoints and slumps into moments of renewal. Make better decisions based on your natural rhythms. Time is not your enemy. It is your greatest ally if you learn how to use it. And now, my friends, you know when. Part 2 Summary: Timing in Work, Life, and Decision-Making. Chapter 5. The Perfect Timing for Work: How to Structure Your Day for Maximum Productivity. Why do some people seem to get more done in 4 hours than others do in 8? Why do some teams thrive while others flounder, despite equal talent? It all comes down to when they work on what tasks. We now know that each person has a chronotype, a natural rhythm that dictates when they are most alert, most tired, and most creative. But in the modern workplace, we ignore these rhythms. We force employees into rigid schedules, demand productivity at the wrong times, and expect creativity on command. Here's the scientific truth. 1. Tackle analytical tasks in the morning during your peak. This is when your brain is sharp, logical, and focused. It's the best time for deep work, strategic thinking, and problem solving. 2. Schedule routine and administrative work during the trough, that dreaded afternoon slump. Don't waste it struggling to be creative. Instead, use it for email, data entry, or low-energy tasks. 3. Unleash creativity in the rebound period. As your energy returns, your brain becomes more intuitive and open to new ideas. This is the golden time for brainstorming, collaboration, and innovation. The secret of top performers? They don't just work hard. They work smart by aligning their tasks with their natural rhythms. Chapter 6. Timing and Decision-Making. How to make the right choices at the right time. Have you ever made a bad decision in the afternoon? Have you ever agreed to something you later regretted, simply because your brain was tired? Science explains why. Researchers studied thousands of decisions, from hospital surgeries to courtroom rulings, and found a startling pattern. People make their worst decisions in the afternoon. Doctors are more likely to make mistakes. Judges give harsher sentences. CEOs make riskier business moves.
Why?
Because decision-making is like a muscle. It gets fatigued. The more choices we make, the more tired our brains become. But here's the good news. You can hack your decision-making process. 1. Make major decisions in the morning. Your brain is at its sharpest and most rational early in the day. If you need to negotiate, analyze, or strategize, do it then. 2. Avoid important decisions in the afternoon. If you must make a choice later in the day, take a strategic break first. Even a short walk outside can reset your brain and improve judgment. 3. Use the 2-minute rule for small decisions. Don't waste mental energy on minor choices. If a decision takes less than 2 minutes, make it quickly and move on. Smart decision makers don't just focus on what to do, they focus on when to decide. Chapter 7. The Science of Group Timing. How to build a high-performing team. You've seen it before. 2 teams with the same talent, the same resources, but vastly different results.
Why?
Because great teams don't just work hard together, they work in sync. And Daniel Pink reveals the 3 timing secrets of the most successful teams. 1. Start strong with a shared purpose. Research shows that the best teams begin with a clear mission and high energy. They set goals early, establish trust, and align on vision. 2. Recognize the midpoint slump, then use it to your advantage. Every team project goes through a midway crisis. Productivity dips, motivation fades, and progress stalls. But successful teams see this midpoint as a wake-up call, a moment to re-energize and push forward. 3. End with celebration and reflection. The final moments of a project matter. Strong teams celebrate wins, analyze what worked, and create positive endings that boost morale and prepare them for future success. A high-performing team is not just about talent, it's about timing. Chapter 8. The Timing of Relationships. Strengthening bonds through the science of when. My friends, life is not just about what we do.
It is about who we do it with.
And the strength of our relationships, whether in work, family, or love, is deeply influenced by timing. Here's what the science shows. 1. The best time to apologize, the first few minutes after a mistake. Too soon. The other person is still processing. Too late.
Resentment builds.
The key is to apologize once emotions settle, but before memories harden. 2. The right timing for tough conversations. Morning is best for logical discussions. But emotional conversations are better in the evening when people are more relaxed and open to empathy. 3. How to reignite a relationship at the right time. Research shows that relationships thrive when couples introduce new experiences together. The best time? When routines feel stale, because novelty resets emotional connection. Relationships are not just about effort. They are about knowing when to act. Part 3 Summary. timing, meaning, and living a purposeful life. Chapter 9: The Hidden Power of Midpoints: How to Use the Midlife Moment to Our Advantage. We have all felt it, the midpoint slump. Not just in projects or workdays, but in life itself. There comes a moment when we pause, look around, and wonder, am I where I'm supposed to be? Have I done enough? Is this all there is? But here's the truth: midpoints do not have to be a crisis. Some people slow down at the midpoint, but others wake up. Some people get discouraged, but others get determined. Which one will you be? Daniel Pink shares research showing that midpoints can be the greatest motivation of all, if we use them wisely. 1. The O effect. Many people at midlife experience a wake-up call. Instead of seeing it as a crisis, use it as a catalyst, a push to pursue the dreams you've put off. 2. Harness the power of urgency. People perform best when they feel the clock ticking. Whether it's a project, a career goal, or a personal ambition, the midpoint is a chance to push harder than ever. 3. Rewrite your story. The stories we tell ourselves matter. Instead of "it's too late," say, "I'm just getting started." Midpoints are not the beginning of the end. They are the end of the beginning and the start of something greater. Chapter 10: The Science of Endings: Why the Last Moments Matter Most. Now listen closely, because this truth will change the way you live your life. Endings matter. Not just in books or movies, but in our memories, in our relationships, and in how we measure the meaning of our lives. Psychologists have found a powerful truth called the peak end rule. We don't remember events as a whole. We remember the high point and how they ended. That's why the final moments of an experience shape how we feel about it forever. Think about it. The final impression in a job interview can make or break an offer. The last moments of a vacation determine whether we recall it fondly. The way a relationship ends defines how we remember it for years to come. So, how do we use this knowledge? 1. Finish with excellence. Whether it's a project, a conversation, or a career, end on a high note. Make the final moments memorable and meaningful. 2. Savor the final chapters. Instead of fearing endings, embrace them. Celebrate milestones, reflect on achievements, and make parting moments count. 3. Create positive final impressions. In relationships, at work, or in personal endeavors, leave a legacy of warmth, wisdom, and impact. Because how we end things determines how we are remembered. Chapter 11: The Truth About Regret: How to Use It as Fuel for a Better Future.
Regret?
That heavy, nagging feeling we all carry. The things we should have said. The risks we didn't take. The opportunities we let slip away. But what if I told you, regret is not your enemy. Regret is a gift. Daniel Pink's research reveals that regret is one of the most powerful tools for growth. People regret inaction more than action. People regret missed opportunities more than mistakes. People regret failing to be kind, courageous, and true to themselves. So, what do we do with this? 1. Turn regret into a lesson. Instead of dwelling on what could have been, ask, what can I learn? Then use that lesson to make better choices today. 2. Use regret as motivation. If you regret not starting a business, not traveling, or not pursuing a passion, now is the time to act. Don't let the past define you. 3. Rewrite the narrative. Regret is proof that you care. It means you are capable of better. Use it as fuel, not for shame, but for transformation. Because the only real regret is not using the time we still have wisely. Chapter 12: The Ultimate Timing Secret: How to Make Time Work for You. And so, my friends, we arrive at the final revelation of this part. We have learned when to start. We have learned how to endure. We have learned how to end well. But now, we must answer the greatest question of all. How do we make time work for us, not against us? And the answer is simple, but profound. Stop chasing time. Start directing it. Stop fearing the clock. Start mastering it. Stop waiting for the right moment.
Start creating it.
Because the most successful, Fulfilled people in the world do not have more time than anyone else. They simply use their time better. Live by your own clock, not society's expectations. Use timing as a tool, not as a trap. Make each moment count, not with busyness, but with purpose. Your time is yours, and it is time to claim it. Part 4 Summary: The Daily Mastery of Time. Chapter 13: The Power of Daily Timing, Structuring Your Day for Success. You wake up, you start your day, and before you know it, the hours slip away. Some days feel productive. Others feel like a struggle. But what if I told you, it's not about your willpower. It's about your timing. Daniel Pink reveals that when you do something is just as important as how you do it. Here's the truth. 1. Mornings are for analytical tasks. Your brain is sharpest in the early hours. This is the time for deep work, problem solving, and tackling your hardest challenges. 2. Afternoons are for collaboration and creativity. As your energy dips, your brain is more open to new ideas. This is the time for brainstorming, teamwork, and creative thinking. 3. Evenings are for reflection and renewal. As the day winds down, use this time for planning, unwinding, and setting yourself up for success tomorrow. The secret to productivity is not doing more, it's doing things at the right time. So ask yourself, are you structuring your day for success? Are you aligning your tasks with your body's natural rhythms? Because mastering your daily timing is the key to long-term success. Chapter 14: The Hidden Power of Breaks. Why rest is the secret to productivity. Now listen carefully because this may surprise you. If you want to get more done, you must take more breaks. Yes, you heard that right. Because the science is clear. Breaks are not a waste of time. They are a tool for peak performance. Micro breaks improve focus and prevent burnout. Short walks boost creativity and problem solving. Social breaks strengthen relationships and reduce stress. And the best breaks are strategic. 1. Take a break every 90 minutes. Your brain works in cycles. Step away before exhaustion sets in. 2. Move your body. A quick walk, stretching, or fresh air refreshes your mind and energy. 3. Disconnect fully. Step away from screens, emails, and distractions. Give your brain a true reset. Because success is not about working harder. It is about working smarter. And those who master the art of rest win the game of time. Chapter 15: The Evening Routine. How to end your day with power and purpose. And now, we come to one of the most overlooked secrets of success. How you end your day determines how you start the next. Too many people fall into the trap of scrolling mindlessly before bed, overworking late into the night, letting stress carry over into the next day. But high achievers do something different. They own their evenings.
1. They reflect.
What went well today? What could be improved? They take a moment to evaluate and learn.
2. They plan.
They don't leave tomorrow to chance. They set clear priorities before the day begins. 3. They wind down with purpose. Instead of chaotic late nights, they create a routine of reading, gratitude, and rest. Journaling for 5 minutes improves clarity and reduces stress. Setting 3 priorities for tomorrow creates focus. Unplugging from screens helps the mind reset for deep sleep. Because the way you end today determines how you win tomorrow. Chapter 16: Making Timing a Way of Life, the final blueprint for mastering time. And now, my friends, we arrive at the final step. We know when to work. We know when to rest. We know how to structure our days for success. But now, the question remains, how do we make this a way of life? By being intentional. Every decision about time is a choice. Own your schedule. Don't let it own you. By experimenting. Find what timing works best for you. Test, adjust, and refine. By committing. Small changes, practice daily, lead to massive transformation. Because time mastery is not a one-time event. It is a lifelong practice. Will you let time control you? Or will you take control of time? The choice is yours. The final call to action. Claim your time. Claim your life. My friends, We have walked through the corridors of time itself. We have unraveled the mysteries of when not just what we do, but the very moments in which we act, rest, and rise. And now, at the end of this journey, one question remains. What will you do with this knowledge? Will you let time slip through your fingers like sand in the wind? Will you remain a prisoner to randomness, exhaustion, and poor timing? Or will you stand tall and take command of your hours, your days, your destiny? Because make no mistake, time is your most valuable asset. Not money, not talent, not even luck. Time is the currency of your life, and it is running out. But here's the greatest truth of all. It's not too late. Every new day is an opportunity to reclaim your time. Every sunrise is a fresh beginning. Every moment is a decision, to drift or to design. And you, my friend, have the power to choose. This is your moment. Wake up and work when your mind is sharp. Take breaks that fuel your body and creativity. Use endings to bring meaning and closure. Design routines that elevate you, rather than drain you. Because success is not about working harder, it is about working smarter. This is how you create a life of purpose. This is how you break free from the chains of wasted time. This is how you rise, master your moments, and claim the life that is waiting for you. So I leave you with this. Do not wait for the perfect time. Do not wait for tomorrow. Do not wait for someday. Because, my friend, your time is now. So go. Take control. Shape your life. Live with intention. The clock is ticking. Make it count. Thanks for listening to Book Buzz reviews and summaries.